Right, hello Zoe.
Hi. Cheers.
Cheers. So at this time of year, normally we're going into schools and colleges and talking to students about student finance. So we thought this morning that we'd just have a relaxed chat about student finance, didn't we?
Perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So we're not going to be here too long, just as long as it takes us to have our cup of tea. So there's three things we're going to do. Zoe's going to grill me. She's going to ask me some questions about student finance to see how much I know. Then I'm going to test her on some budgeting, shopping things. And then at the end, we'll give you 5 tips and hopefully address any questions that we would normally get when we go into schools and colleges. So, yeah, over to you now, Zoe.
Are you scared now because you know you should know all the answers to
Yes,
these?
I am.
Like Helen was saying, there's only 5 questions. We're going to do them as quickly as possible, quick fire questions, and hopefully she'll get them all right.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Okay.
So, question 1 is, what is the maximum amount a university can charge in tuition fees per year?
I do know this one. So universities charge, well, they can actually charge what they want, but they all choose to charge £9,250 a year, and that pays for your fees for the university. So and all the facilities and the lecturers, and it goes towards everything. And it doesn't actually come to you, that money; it goes straight to the university.
Yeah, so sadly, you don't have this £9,250 in your back pocket,
No.
but it kind of means you aren't responsible for getting your fees paid. It's just all out of your hands, which is quite helpful, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's not money that you have to have saved up before you go to university. You just apply straight to student finance and it goes directly to them. It doesn't come into your bank account. You don't get a chance to blow it on anything. So,
Perfect. Okay, so next one is, how much do you have to be earning per year before you start paying back your student loan?
okay, so that's the good thing about a student loan. You don't need to think about it until you finish university, and only if you get a job, and only if you get a job earning over a certain amount of money do you start paying it back. So at the moment, it's £26,575 a year, but
Yes.
some recent research shows that that is going to increase to 27,200 and something. I think I'd have to check, but it basically means, yeah, until you start earning that amount, you don't pay anything back. So if you never earned that amount, you would never pay anything back. If you lost your job or you went part-time and you dropped below that threshold, then your payments would automatically stop because they just come straight out of your wages.
Sounds like you might already know one of the answers to the questions coming up in a
Oh,
minute,
okay.
actually. Okay, so when we're talking about that threshold, what percentage of your earnings above that threshold do you actually end up paying back? Do you know?
Yes, I do. Oh, these are good.
Good at
So
your job, aren't you?
so anything over that threshold, you only pay back 9% of it. So the current threshold is 26,575. So if you're earning 27,575, you would only pay 9% back of the £1,000 because that's over the threshold, which is about £90 a year.
I was going to say you any good at maths because I would not be. Okay, so some more maths for you then.
Right.
So if you say you were earning a £31,000 per year, which is a really, really good wage, if you came out of university and were earning £31,000 per year, you're doing well for yourself, okay? So if you're earning £31,000 per year, roughly, not exact, how much will you be paying back per day? I do have some A, B, C, and D for you just to make it a little bit easier.
Okay.
So if you're earning £31,000 per year, how much will you be paying back per day? Is it £10.40 a day, £1.30, £4, or £2.60?
I'm going to go £1.30 a day.
Well done.
Is that right?
It's
Ah, very good.
around about £1.30 a day because it's about £39 a month, and I've just done that by 30 days. So it's kind of, I've
Yeah.
just made it up a little bit. But when you think to get full fat Coke nowadays in the shops, That's probably £1.20, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
obviously you've got to pay the sugar tax and stuff. So if you just think it's your bottle of Coke before you're on your way to work in the morning, if that's what you have in the morning.
Yeah. And that's what we tell people, to always think of the repayment, not what you owe, but what you earn and what you'll be repaying, because it is affordable and it is achievable. Like £39 a month, that's like a phone contract. You know, my daughter's phone contract is actually more than that.
Yeah, it's
So
cheap.
yeah, I think hers is £48 a month. So yeah, I know. So it's cheaper than a phone contract. So it's an intellectual investment. That's how you look at it.
Exactly. And again, that is if you're earning that £31,000 per year as well.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to afford that extra money a month. And if you want to look into if you're earning less or more, you can do that really, really simply. Just Google it and use it's dead simple. But 31,000 for me was around about like an average good wage.
Yeah, would be. Yeah.
Okay, and lastly, this is one you were kind of getting to talk about earlier, so you probably know the answer to this anyway. But true or false, student debt gets written off after 30 years.
Yes, it does. So many students won't end up paying back the whole amount that they have loaned anyway. So yeah, at the moment, it gets written off after 30 years. That is correct.
Exactly, it does. So we always say, actually, as well, not to use the word debt, don't we?
Yeah.
Because no one's going to come knocking on your door asking for your TV because you've not paid your student loan back. Because if
No.
you can't afford to pay that student loan, you won't be paying it.
No, it works differently to any other loan. If you lost your job, you'd still be expected to pay back your car loan, you know. But if you lost your job, then yeah, the payments would just automatically stop on your student loan. It should be called a tax, because the way that you pay it back is it comes straight out of your wages. So yeah, quite depressing. But when you are earning a full-time wage, you will see how much you've earned, how much has been paid in tax, how much has been paid in national insurance, and if you've had a student loan, that automatically gets taken out as well. So
Yeah, exactly. So they were only 5 quick questions, but they were just some of the most frequently asked ones that we get, really. So hopefully that was helpful for you. But if you have got any more questions, go onto the Student Finance website, go onto UCAS. There's so much information out there for you.
yeah, there is. And Twitter is a really good place to follow Student Finance England, Student Finance Wales. Lots of good information there. Right, your turn now.
I'm scared.
So one of the big parts of being a student is being able to manage your money and to budget and having an awareness of how much things cost. And food shopping makes up a big part of that. So I've been shopping.
Hope only for essentials.
Only for essentials. I have my Chester shopping bag and I have some items in here, and we're just going to play a little game. I want you to have a guess at how much they are, and then the next item, whether that would be higher or lower than the item I pull out of my bag. Okay, so they're all student staples. They're basically all from my cupboard, and other supermarkets are available, but these are from Asda.
Okay.
Right, first staple would be a full loaf, but a full loaf of wholemeal bread. Any ideas? Asda own how much that would cost?
Oh. £1.20?
Zoe, it's only 58 pence.
Is it?
Asda's own, yeah. Cheap, that, isn't it?
Wow, that is cheap.
Okay, next item coming out the bag.
I believe that.
Another student staple, tuna. Tuna chunks in brine. Higher or lower than wholemeal bread? That was
So that
58
was
pence.
58p. I think higher.
That's right. Any idea? Again, it's Asda own brand.
Maybe about 70p.
79 pence.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Next student staple, you can do lots of things with these. Baked beans. Higher or lower than tuna?
Definitely lower.
Definitely
And
lower.
probably about 28p, something like that.
29.
Woo!
Excellent. Next one, student staple. These wouldn't do for you though, because they are decaf tea bags.
No, I'll stick to my coffee, thank you.
Yeah. Higher or lower than the baked beans? As does decaf.
Higher than the baked beans.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure because I won't lie, I don't buy own brand tea bags. It's quite bad.
I
Probably
do
about,
buy the decaf ones, own brand.
yeah. £1.50.
89 pence. You're going to be changing where you go shopping, aren't you?
Wow.
And the last one, every student's friend. Bag of pasta.
So that's lower.
It's a small bag, only 500 grams. It is lower.
It must be about 34p or something.
45 pence.
Oh, okay, but yeah.
So, yeah. So, quite cheap then, really, isn't it? Cheaper than you think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, it was for loads of the things out there. I can't believe that the bread was what, 58p?
Yeah, 58 pence for a loaf
And you
of
can
their
have
own
beans
bread.
and toast.
Yeah.
And got some tuna pasta there if you've got some mayonnaise.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, so all the staples, yeah, look for own brands and they're a lot cheaper.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was your little game. Yours was easier than mine.
I wasn't very good at it. I remember the first time I went shopping as a student and I thought I didn't have a car and I walked down to Aldi and I bought the biggest bag of jacket potatoes, forgetting I had to carry it all the way home.
Yeah, when I was a student, a long time ago, but we came up with some great concoctions in the kitchen, of whatever we could make. So it's a good learning curve.
It definitely is.
Right,
But
so
yeah,
the last task then.
is a lot cheaper than UX. So I was just going to say,
Is
a lot of stuff is a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do choose to get the more expensive thing in certain things, but then because you know you can get the other things, I would never pay more than whatever it is, 28p for a tin of beans anymore. There's no point.
No, no, no. Okay, last thing then that we get asked is for hints and tips of how students can save money, okay, make their money go further. So we're going to give you 5, okay, of the ones that we most commonly tell students about. So I'll go first then. If you are looking to move away from home, be travelling to university, then invest in a rail card because that will save you a lot of money on your train fares. So that's a really good one. Get a student rail card. You can save up to a third, and they have lots of deals on. So that is a really good investment. So that's mine.
Yeah, the rail card, I can definitely get a rail card. Mine has actually only just run out because if you buy it at the certain time for the 3 years after, you get to keep it for ages.
Very good.
Also, the next one would be, and it links a little bit as well from my experience as a student bank account. So you can get better overdrafts where you're not charged to go into that overdraft either. Quite often, your student bank account will come with a free rail card as well. So I was with Santander, and at the time, they give me a free rail card with my bank account. Again, different banks will do different things, but it's really, really helpful. If there's one on site or in town, let them know you're a student, and they can give you loads of helpful hints and tips at the bank as well if they know that you want a student account.
Yeah, and do a bit of research. Different banks have different offers available for student accounts. So yeah, do a bit of shopping around. My next tip will probably link into shopping, food shopping. So go for own brands because they're cheaper, or club together with your housemates if you're living with people and do a weekly shared shop. Do bulk cooking between you, and try and make things go a bit further. It's unlikely you're going to be eating out and having takeaways every night because that will definitely eat into your budget. So yeah, think about how you can save money on your food shopping.
And just saving money on any shopping in general, if you get either like the totem card, which is like the NUS card, you basically can get discounts for loads of different shops, 10%, 20%, 15%, depending where you go. It's £14.99 for the year at the moment, the totem card is. And basically, if you show that in a shop, just shows that you're a student and you can get the discounts. You can also sometimes get a free burger from McDonald's with
really?
discount cards. Yeah, depending how much that you've spent. But also, if you don't have the card, there are loads of free apps to download as well that just give you the student discount. So there's like the Stunny app, there's the Uni Days app. Quite a lot of the time, things like Boohoo Online or like loads of different online shopping use the different student discount apps. So not only will you get cheaper food in the supermarket, you can also get some nice clothes to wear as well and treat yourself if you can do every so often.
Ah, very good. So yeah, all of that information is online. It's dead easy these days to do your research about into student finance, into budgeting, how to make your money go further. Lots of things out there. So, but we just wanted to pop on and have a little chat about the most commonly asked things and try and address some of those issues. So, I think that's it. I've finished my cuppa.
I've nearly finished, not quite, but I've nearly finished. But I suppose it's nice to have a conversation with you anyway, Helen, when you're stuck at home.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Yeah, do that as much as you can. Ask people questions. I know we are all stuck at home at the moment, but ask as many questions as you can. Go on Twitter. We do have Twitter. It's at UOC_outreach. If you've got any questions, you can ask us on there, things like that. But also just get online. There's loads of those little chat bots now, aren't there, where you can ask
Yeah,
questions online as well. Don't feel like you're stuck at home on your own. There's loads of things out there to help you.
yeah. Lovely.
Right, well, thank you very much for joining me, Helen.
That's okay.
And I'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much, everyone.